Some mornings just feel heavier than others. Not because your body is tired, but because your thoughts feel stuck. You open your eyes, stare at the ceiling, and there's a pause, a strange quiet inside your chest. It's not sadness exactly, it's something softer. Something hard to name, a stillness that lingers. After 60, that pause can feel more frequent. The rush of work, family, responsibilities, it all slows down. And with that space, come thoughts. Deep ones, old ones, sometimes heavy ones. But what if I told you that those thoughts, the way you talk to yourself each morning, hold more power than any vitamin? Any diet, any daily walk? That's what this video is all about. We're going to explore how small shifts in mindset can ripple through your entire well-being. Not in big, dramatic ways, but in gentle, quiet ones that matter more than you think. You don't have to change who you are. You just need to soften how you speak to yourself. You just need to open one window in your thinking and let the light in. Let's begin with something simple. The moment you wake up. Not just physically, but mentally. What are the first things your mind tells you? Is it a list of worries? A sigh about the day ahead? Or silence, filled with old echoes? Let me offer you something new. When you wake up tomorrow, I want you to think just one sentence. This day is still mine. Because it is. No matter your age, no matter the news, no matter the aches and pains, this day still belongs to you. And with that one thought, your body listens. You'll notice your shoulders relax a little. Your breath deepens. You move with more intention, more presence. Mindset is not just motivation talk. It's a nervous system tool. Your brain sends signals to your heart. Your heart responds with rhythm. And that rhythm is what guides your energy. So let's try replacing one small mental habit. For example, instead of thinking, I'm getting slower, try, I'm learning how to move more gently. Instead of, I'm not needed like before, try, I now have the space to care for myself. This isn't pretending. It's not ignoring reality. It's reframing, choosing to tell the story in a way that nourishes you, not wears you down. One woman I spoke with, her name was June, said something I never forgot. She said, I used to wake up and think about what I'd lost. Now I wake up and ask, what can I still give today? That shift didn't cure her arthritis. It didn't make the days easier. But it made them lighter. And sometimes, lightness is the greatest gift we can give ourselves. Your thoughts are like seeds. And the ones you water every day, those are the ones that grow. So if you keep telling yourself, I'm too old to enjoy life, don't be surprised when joy stops knocking on your door. But if you begin saying, even quietly, there is still beauty here, you'll start noticing it, in your tea, your neighbor's laugh, the sun filtering through your curtains. The mind doesn't just respond to what is, it helps shape what can be. And when you choose a new lens, your body follows. But that's just the beginning. Because after you shift your thoughts, the way you move, eat, and connect starts to shift too. And that's what we'll talk about next. Let's stay with that idea for a moment. When you shift your thinking, your daily life quietly shifts with it. It doesn't happen overnight, but day by day, your thoughts start shaping your actions, like a gentle wind nudging a leaf toward sunlight. I want to take you into a real-life moment. Picture this. It's 7:30 in the morning. The kitchen is quiet. You sit at the table with a piece of toast, some tea, and that little ache in your shoulder again. The old thought starts creeping in, I'm getting too old for this. But today, instead of just letting it echo, you stop, you breathe, and you say, my body is talking to me, and I'm listening. You move your arm a bit. Stretch it. Maybe you apply a warm towel or just sit in stillness. That moment, right there, it's not just self-care. It's a shift. Because your thought changed from judgment to curiosity. From rejection to kindness. And what happens next? You might choose to take a short walk later instead of staying on the couch. You might call a friend you've been meaning to catch up with. You might laugh more easily at something small. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. The way you think becomes the way you move. The way you move becomes the way you feel. And the way you feel becomes the life you're living. I once met a man named Richard, 72 years old. He told me he used to say, I'm just waiting out the clock now. That sentence lived in him for years. But one day, after a checkup, his doctor told him, your heart's doing better than most people 10 years younger. What are you waiting for? That hit him hard. He said it was the first time in years he questioned that belief. So he changed the phrase. Now, Every morning he tells himself, "I'm still writing chapters, not waiting for the last page." And guess what? He started baking. At 72, he learned how to make sourdough bread from scratch. He said, "It's not about the bread. It's the feeling of creating something again." That's what happens when thoughts shift. Let me give you a few phrases to gently replace the old ones, not forcefully, but like switching out worn shoes for a pair that finally fit. Instead of, "It's too late for me," say, "It might be later, but I'm still here." Instead of, "I'm a burden now," say, "I still bring value, even if it looks different now." Instead of, "I'm not who I used to be," say, "I'm becoming someone new, with all I've lived through." Each time you choose a kinder thought, you create space for your health to respond, your heart to relax, your day to open. Your body isn't looking for perfection. It's looking for a safe mind to live inside of. And a safe mind isn't always positive. Sometimes it's just honest and gentle. "I'm having a tough morning, but I'm still moving forward." Or, "I'm not at my best today, but I'm not giving up on myself." That kind of thinking changes everything, even if nothing outside has changed yet. So today, try this. Write down one old thought that's been weighing you down. Then, next to it, write a new version, softer, kinder, more truthful. Tape it to your mirror. Say it out loud. Let it land. You'll be surprised how one sentence can shape your energy for hours. But remember, thoughts are just the beginning. When the mind opens, the heart often follows. And sometimes, it leads you right into joy again. But what if that joy has been missing for a while? What if laughter feels far away, or like it belongs to someone else now? That's what we're going to talk about next. Let's talk about joy. Not the kind you force, or fake, or chase because someone else told you to. I mean the quiet kind. The kind that slips in when you least expect it. Like hearing an old song and suddenly feeling 30 again. The kind that doesn't need permission. Just space. Here's something many people don't say out loud. Sometimes, after 60, it feels like joy belongs to someone else now. Like it's for the young, for the busy, for those with fewer wrinkles and more energy. But let me tell you the truth. Joy doesn't retire when you do. It just changes shape. And the most beautiful part? You get to decide what shape it takes. One woman I met, named Linda, told me she hadn't laughed out loud in months. Not because she was depressed, just flat. Like life had gone quiet around her. Then one morning, she was watching a video of two toddlers dancing in their pajamas. And she laughed, really laughed. She said, "It was like something inside me cracked open again." That moment didn't cure her loneliness. It didn't solve everything, but it reminded her, joy still lives in me. So, where does joy come from now? It comes from noticing, from paying attention, from allowing yourself to feel things deeply, even silly things. You don't need to go skydiving or book a cruise. You just need to say, yes, when your neighbor invites you to sit outside. You need to eat that peach slowly. You need to hear your grandchild laugh and let it echo through your chest. That's joy. And you know what often gets in the way? Shame, guilt, the belief that, I'm too old to enjoy things now. But you are not too late. You are not too much. You are not too far gone. You are here, and that's enough. Let's do something together right now. Close your eyes, unless you're reading subtitles. And remember one moment in your life. It could be 5 years ago. Or 50, when you felt alive. Not perfect, not successful, just alive. Was it the first time you held your child? The way the breeze felt at the lake when you were young? That song you danced to with someone you loved? Hold that moment for just a second longer. Let it remind you. That person is still inside you. You haven't lost them. You've just been busy surviving. But now, you get to start remembering again. And remembering leads to reclaiming. Reclaiming your joy, your softness, your spark. Here's something that might help. Start a joy journal. Every evening, write down one thing. Just one. That made you smile that day. Even if it's small, especially if it's small. The way the tea smelled. A bird you hadn't noticed before. A sentence from a book. The feeling of warm water on your hands. This isn't homework, it's memory making. It trains your brain to look for light again. And the more light you look for, the more you find. I know it can feel vulnerable to hope, to want, to feel again, especially if you've experienced loss, illness, or seasons of isolation. But please hear me. Your joy is not a luxury. It's part of your healing. And once you start letting joy in again, even just a crack, something else begins to stir. A desire to share, to connect, to belong. That's the final piece we'll explore together. So far, we've talked about shifting your mindset, rediscovering joy, and gently reconnecting with the version of you that still wants to live fully. But there's one more piece, one that might be the most powerful of all. Connection. Because no matter how well you eat, move, or think, if your heart feels alone, true healing becomes harder. And here's something most people don't say out loud. After 60, connection takes effort. Friendships change, people move, some pass away. Even the phone stops ringing as often as it used to. You start telling yourself, I don't want to bother anyone. Or, they're all too busy. Or even worse, maybe I just don't matter as much anymore. But that's a lie loneliness tells you. Let me say this clearly. You matter just as much now as you ever did. You don't lose value with age, you gain depth. You don't fade away, you refine. And the world needs you, your stories, your humor, your quiet strength. The good news? Connection doesn't require a crowd. It begins with one moment, one gesture, one open thought. Here's one you can try today. Reach out first, not because you're desperate, but because you're alive. Send a message, leave a voice note, write a postcard, wave to someone walking by. It might not lead to a long conversation, but it tells the world, I'm still here, and I still want to be part of it. I once met a man who hosted Tea Thursdays. Every Thursday at 3 p.m., he'd make 2 cups of tea. One for himself, one for whoever showed up. Sometimes it was a neighbor. Sometimes it was just him. But he never missed a Thursday. He said, even if no one comes, I'm still making space for connection. And isn't that what we all want? Not constant company, but space. To be seen, heard, included. If you feel like your circle has shrunk, that's okay. You can build a new one. Even at 70, even at 90. Sometimes, the most meaningful friendships begin with, would you like to sit with me for a while? But connection isn't only outward. It's also inward. It's saying to yourself, I deserve love from others. Yes, but also from me. It's looking at your reflection and not flinching at the wrinkles. It's allowing yourself to rest without guilt. It's forgiving yourself for things you thought you should have done better. Because the relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other connection in your life. And when your thoughts toward yourself become softer, your world opens up. So here's what I want you to take from all this. Your thoughts matter. Your feelings are valid. Your presence is powerful. Whether you're 61 or 91, your story isn't done. You're not waiting out the clock. You're still writing chapters. And the next one? It can begin with a thought like this. I am not alone. I'm just waiting to connect again. If this video made you feel seen, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me, what's one thing you're choosing to believe about yourself today? It could be simple. It could be brave. It could be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Leave it in the comments below. Let's create a space where people like you, thoughtful, kind, wise, can meet. Because changing how we think, that's just the beginning. Living it, together, that's where the real healing happens. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and never stop believing that your life still matters deeply.